Welcome guys to G Korot. Now we're gonna play called Serena. Kanina naglaro tayo ng game called um, Pierce to Fathom. So saglit lang siya. It's 20 minutes. But this game, when I check, it's around 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, so basically, there's no scary shit here. It's just pure story. Okay, but let's take a look. Let's go.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell
Meron dito
plenty
sa
of
table na
stories
to,
about this table. To be
dami niyang
honest, I'm
sinasabi
surprised
sa
it's
table
still
na
in
to.
one piece. Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
You always put too much salt in,
Okay.
dear. Think about your pressure.
So naalala niya lahat ng nangyayari dito sa cabinet. Ultimo table pati itong condiments. Comment siya.
The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance that this one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights. So many afternoons spent in this armchair. This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right?
Nasa lababo. Ito mga anak niya. Ang weird ng picture.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here. I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Okay. So, para siyang nasa vacation with Serena. Come, my love, with peace in your heart. Said Nayan of the blue eyes. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is our mount is Snow White mare. Come, who see, to my guardians fair. In my land of youth, fly your up, or shall be that cycle of days, our sun and sky, and rainbow waves.
Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niamh of the ice-blue eyes.
Yan, inulit mo lang sinabi ko.
Something draws me to this trunk. We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside. It's too painful. I want to, but not yet. We found this trunk big. We found this trunk big enough. We found big enough. We found this trunk at a flea market. She made this with her own hands. She was really good. They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's. I'm generally hers. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors. So, this came in handy. These keys are for the cabin and the car.
Susi sa kotse. Huwag naman na sasakyan mo. Wait for asylum. What does it mean?
Pretty shambolic, isn't it? The organization of its contents isn't much better. It'd be a shame to say we're fashion. Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume.
Come on, evidence. Watch. Wallet.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it.
Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her.
Ano nangyari kay Serena?
Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion.
Yeah, it's where all the magic
Sometimes
happens.
we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out. Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months.
Uy, skin flex.
She was special. Contradictory. She didn't mind these. Actually, I think she was into them too.
Look what I made, hun, in case we ever need to sweep something under the carpet. See the pattern of yellow squares? It's from this rug I remembered from my nursery. I must have been like 3 or 4, but it always stuck with me.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me.
Nangyari sa kanya.
For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it. She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her... There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now.
Okay, parang gawin natin yan. Do we have to search something or just click it?
Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin. I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate, yet I don't feel hungry.
Siyempre, magluluto ka ba sa ganyan? Anyway, natin yung kote ng alak. Yan. Quick. Tik mo. Just the description of the bottle.
Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still in one piece. This used to be her favorite spot. She used to sit here, put her legs on the table, lean back, and just give me one of her smiles. Those effervescent, incandescent smiles. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin.
Yeah, I know.
You could tell from its... I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All this... I can make out nothing through this window.
Okay. Anong gagawin natin dito?
There's always a chance she might return. There's nothing for me out there.
Lalabas ba tayo? Buksan na natin to.
Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even at... We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those. Big enough for a lifetime... We hated guns. We found this trunk big enough for a lifetime of mementos. I always resisted the temptation to sweep things...
The rug's all crooked again. Can you help me straighten it out?
No trap door under there. Just more... I always resisted the temptation to sweep things under there when it was my turn to tidy up. The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one. The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though. It's a beautiful day, though there's an unnatural... I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
That looks interesting. We can always try it.
I read it for the articles, of course. Like that one by the guy. That one about the thing. I needed some incentive to go check the mailbox from time to time. It's some way through the woods. Something good left in this world. They still make covers like this. Erotic, not obscene. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose. There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. This door has been creaking for years. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet.
Come sit with me. I want to talk.
Ay,
And
brother.
cuddle.
Shout out kay Robert Columna. Thank you, brother, sa tulog-tulog din daw. Oh, brother, pagkatapos nito, tutulog
What
na
did we
tayo.
talk about? Damn, the most comfortable spot in the cabin. Well, once we dragged these chairs out to the lake and scrubbed off all the dust and grime of years. That was a long time ago.
Boring naman itong game na to. Ikot-ikot lang tayo, tapos puro narration lang naririnig natin. Wala na ba ibang pwedeng gawin dito? Baka may nakatago dito kung ano. Corn mag.
Curiously, we
Thank
never
you,
brought many
brother, for
plants
sending
inside the
us
cabin.
stars.
We were surrounded by so many outs. She always thought our relationship was a blessing. God, how I miss her. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me.
The rug's all crooked again.
And no trap door under there, just more creaky floor. There's a
Anong
crack
gagawin na
in
natin
this.
dito?
The
Kanina pa
sunlight
tayo
can be
paikot-ikot.
confusing. We brought the sun, all these metaphors and similes in my head. Light of my life. Make light. Wait, that's another kind of light.
Kita natin yan. Waiting for asylum.
If the keys are here, does she have her spare? I should probably stay here in case she doesn't. Did she even have her own spare?
Idol, next time, pa-steam ng Girls Panic. Sige, brother, try natin yan. Na tayo, old school games. Subukan natin yan.
Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This was my love. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. The dining table was well worn even when we acquired the cabin. You could tell from its appearance. My love.
Ay, nako, boring naman itong laro. Hindi natin alam kung anong susunod.
Our dining table. Quite mod, I could tell. The dining table was, for all the charm, I can imagine her cuddling up to most of the books are a lot of rarities and special editions here. I didn't lend out my Necronomicon, did I? A lot of rarities and special editions here. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place there. There was a time long ago when all this... There's nothing for this door. I have this gut feeling that I shouldn't leave just yet. There's nothing for me out there.
Ayaw mo naman buksan.
We found big enough. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. It's weird. I've always been drawn to things that are kind of both good and bad at the same time. Maybe because that's so like life. There are no monsters. I don't sleep. There are no monsters. I feel too restless to sleep right now. Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, the most comfortable. I can imagine her. Of course, we made love here, too. There was no place in the cabin we didn't before. I have more pressing things. We had such a wonderful time dining in this cabin. Serena loved to experiment. She always worried about my diet. I used to think I could tell. The dining table was... Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The guy who snapped my love. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one, the guy who snapped this, our host that, my love. We don't have a lot of the guy who snapped this, our...
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. It's just a pepper shaker. I could tell plenty of stories. The dining table was well worn. Our dining table. Yep, guilty as charged. I love salt. It emphasizes the taste. It's not the healthier type. I always planned to switch to... I must be even more exhausted. It's not the healthier type. I always planned to... I must be even more exhausted than It's not the healthier type. Just regular... I always planned to switch to mineral or sea salt, but then I always ended up buying the regular stuff. Doctors, they always overreact. Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here. As long as we were together and happy. The clock has all... Actually, I think it might... No trusting this clock. The clock has always been... Actually, I... No trusting this... The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times
Ulit-ulit
we've
na
wound
lang
it
ah.
up, it keeps going out of sync.
Oh shit. Okay. So I think that's all for this game. So wala nang iba kundi paulit-ulit na lang. Lahat ng kiniklik natin, paulit-ulit na lang. Okay, so I think that's kind of a boring game. Okay, but we're gonna try a different game. Okay, let's try Summerland. Try natin tong game na to. The other one's a bit boring. Actually, it's boring. Wait, we'll try it different. Walang jump scare yun. Walang thrill. Try ito tingnan natin. Attention na guys, all of our teams right now, puro libre lang sa Steam guys. So you can download it sa Steam and then you can try it. Baka meron kayong ma-discover for that game. Tell me pag naalaman nyo kung ano yung susunod na gawin o yung dapat gawin for that game. Just bear with me for this. Set lang natin. Okay, so guys, this is another game called Summerland. So we're gonna try this game a bit. And then after this, okay. Let's go! New game. Remain calm. Alright. Okay, WS to move. Look for the mouse. Ang gagawin natin. Yun. Uy.
Okay, I'm always awful at starting these. Hello! Well, you're probably pretty confused, and that's fine. It's to be expected. But, look, I have to explain all this constantly, and I don't really care to do it again. I'd say I do it hundreds of times a day, but time doesn't really exist here, so... Look, all you need to do is walk outside into the hallway and into your first trial. Your body will be reenacting events exactly as they had occurred before. Simply put, your free will won't exactly be that free anymore. I'll be watching you so I can tally up your score, but fair warning, I typically deal with the, let's just say the people I judge typically score on the lower end. So have fun with that on your mind. So you understand what you're supposed to do? I'm just kidding. I know you can't respond. I've set all this up so you can't talk. I know, it seems a bit harsh, but if you had to listen to people panicking for eternity, you'd get pretty sick of it too. Oh, where am I? What's going on? I want to see my family. It gets annoying. You know, it's almost like no one even reads the sign I put up. Alright, enough talk. Head out into the hall and start your first trial. Let's get this over with.
Okay, so ano tayo dito? Ghost. Sabi niya lumabas daw tayo dito sa TikTok. Oh, ano to? A game show? So mamili tayo kung anong pinto. Wait lang guys, palitan natin ng ano. Save pwede ba natin palitan ng graphics? Parang attention na guys yung mabagal ang ating PC. So, try natin. First door. Uy,
How are you holding up, Evelyn? You're not looking too hot.
No, I'm fine. Just shit. Looking at this makes me feel sick.
Yeah, it's hard the first few times. You're not a real investigator until you don't puke on the body.
Matt.
what the?
Let's talk about anything else. Did you check the report?
No, not yet. I'll check it out. Try not to lose your lunch while I'm at it.
Very funny.
I need to check out that report to see what I'm working with. I think I left it on the hood of the cruiser.
Wait. Okay, so someone just got killed by that knife. So, anong gagawin natin dito ngayon? So, tayo ba yan? Tayo ba yung namatay? Para tayong flashback. So, I think each door. Flashback tayo kung ano yung nangyari. Oops.
Axe is sharp. Good for chopping wood, but I don't think it was used in the murder.
Or are we like an investigator for this? Okay. So there's a gunshot, shell, bullet shell. Ayan.
This knife has blood on it. Fresh blood. Had to have been used in whatever altercation happened here.
Alright.
Says here that someone driving nearby heard a gunshot at the location. When they came to check it out, they saw the body. Only one shot was heard. No assailant has been identified. Not much more to go off of.
Well said.
What does it say?
Just that some people heard a gunshot and saw the body. I'm not working with much. You hang tight. I'm gonna have a look around.
Mr. Peace.
Evelyn has a long ways to go, but I think she's gonna do well on the force. One of the most promising rookies I've met. Just takes time. A few more ride-alongs will do her good.
Yun, may dugo.
Pills. Not the cheap stuff either. Strong. Some people would pay good money for this.
So, hanapin natin as alien.
The blood trail heads into that cave. I need to be careful.
Ever lost the press F for
I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should find everything in front of the cabin first.
Ayun.
Poor bastard. He's got a stab wound in his abdomen. It's deep, too. He most likely died from blood loss, probably not too long after crawling in here. I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should find everything in front of the cabin first.
Okay. Cabin daw. Check tayo sa cabin. Habang may madaanan tayo dito ng evidence. Yeah,
Oh, God. Damn it, not now.
nangyari. So, brother, may pera.
Shit. Okay. I'm okay.
Di ba natin ito pipicturan?
I need to focus back on the investigation.
Cabin muna daw. Let's head back to the cabin.
Yeah, I'm not going in there if I don't have to.
Okay. Natin check ko ano naman nun. Cabin muna daw.
Oh, Jesus Christ, it smells like shit in here. Whoever lived here wasn't too keen on keeping the place tidy.
Siguro yung ating biktima. Uy, bed.
Looks like a list of clients. Whatever happened outside could be a deal gone wrong.
A drug dealer. Check natin kung ano yung dinidinit. Lighter. Lighter. Uy.
This guy was definitely prepping for something. Cans of food, water jugs. I don't really think it's relevant to the case, though.
May bullet hole. Pills. What's that then?
I need to be careful. If the person living here isn't our friend laying in the dirt, he could be out there and armed.
Okay. So ano yung next natin gagawin? Press
I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should find everything in front of the cabin first.
front in the cabin. Ito.
Male, probably in his early 30s. Given the bullet hole in his head, I'd have to say he died from a gunshot wound.
Wow.
Looks like the bullet went straight through. I should probably take a look at that blood as well. Looks like someone had a bad day. The blood only seems to be coming from his head, so there likely wasn't much of a struggle. Oh, and would you look at that? Someone left a trail of blood.
Ano pinunta natin kanina?
I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should find everything in front of the cabin first, then check out that blood trail.
Meron pa dito. Gas.
This truck sure has seen better days. I'd be surprised if you could even get it running.
Ah, yeah.
This casing belongs to a 9mm bullet. I don't see a weapon around here, though.
So, dalawa na lang. Dalawang evidence.
I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should see what I can find along the trail. The blood should be a good indicator where to look.
Here's the blood trail. Teka, pa dito ba? May pag-evidence. Ayun. The gun.
Looks like this handgun was discarded, and rather hastily at that. It's safe to assume this was used at the scene.
Okay, so isang evidence na lang. So we can go.
Now, I need to look for more evidence to take pictures of. Shouldn't be too much left. Maybe I should see what I can find along the trail. The blood should be a good indicator where to look.
Ganan natin yung pera. Tingnan natin yung pera dito. Pero hindi na pera. Ayun.
Well, we may just have found a motive. $400 cash. But why toss it away? Alright, I think that should about do it. I should reconvene with Evelyn before we head back to the precinct.
Okay, so nga. Investigator talaga tayo. Ano ba? Parang nasa na tayo. Another dimension. So, I think this is Evelyn. Okay na.
Hey, Ev.
Hey, Matthew. Did you find everything you need?
Yeah, I think so.
So, what do you think happened? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I'm gonna need to review a lot of it, but here's my theory. Our friend here on the ground came here to get his hands on some pills. Maybe during the deal, he had the bright idea that maybe he could leave with his pills and his money. So he took a gamble and stabbed his dealer. In turn, the dealer acted in self-defense and shot the guy, killing him. Scared, the dealer grabbed everything and ran, or at least got away as fast as he could with a stab wound. He tried to discard the evidence as he went, but he didn't really have time to hide it. He got to the cave before realizing he couldn't get any further, so that's where he stopped to bleed out and die.
Jesus.
Again, that's just my theory. There'll be a whole lot more review, and it's just a whole process.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, can I ask you a question?
What's up, Ev?
Why? Why do you think this happens?
What do you mean? A drug deal gone wrong?
No, just these people. Why do they resort to this? Just seems like some people don't see right and wrong. Maybe I'm just being naive, but I can't put myself in that headspace. Killing another person by choice?
I don't know if anything brings them to it. I think they may just be that way. Hardwired to do wrong. I don't know. I don't have much remorse for them. They've done bad. In my eyes, if you do something wrong, you deserve what's coming to you. You can't start sympathizing for them. That's when you start getting bad at your job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, let's get back in the cruiser. Head back to the precinct. I need to sort through all of this.
Yeah, right behind you.
Right behind you. Hindi ka naman gumagalaw. Let's go, Ev! God, is that you? Sinundo mo na ba ako, God? Yan. Ayun. Okay. We're done with the first
You know, a
mission.
police officer is definitely not what I expected from you. A man of the law.
Man of the law.
Being a member of the police force doesn't exactly say much about your character, but it is a job aimed at keeping peace. Oh boy, I cannot wait to see how you screwed all of this up. Well, hey, don't stop on my accord. Head on out into your second trial.
Second trial. So, trial complete. So, ano tayo? Ghost. And then, we're being evaluated.
Okay, let's get a little light in here.
So, same thing. We're gonna look for evidence. How many evidence that we need to check on? Bago natin. Ang racket. Ah, okay. Bari muna natin sa bar. Okay, go up. Ayo. What's wrong with you, man? Them off yet.
That's better. Alright, I need to get some work done.
So,
Now
kailangan
I need to
buksan mo
check
na
my
ilaw.
email. Definitely need to get my
Okay.
bills paid too. Good thing Joseph's
Yan.
asleep. That'll make things easier.
So, buksan mo natin.
Hey, I remember that vacation. I remember you wanting to swim but couldn't. I think it was something to do with sharks. I don't know. I really miss you, Anna. Damn it. Looks like they're cutting
Oops, sorry.
funding from the police force again. I can barely even pay for my medication. Man, I barely read any of these. Maybe like 3? That'll be something to do if I get bored.
Dami niyang libro, 3 lang yung binasa. Anyway, uy. Mag-signal. Oo nga naman ah. Yan mag-signal. Laruan, so... Ba? Buksan natin lahat daw ng ilaw. Buksan natin ilaw.
I'm not really hungry right now. Plus, I have things to do.
Hugas tayo ng pinggan. Ano gagawin natin dito?
I don't really need anything in the basement right now.
Ano?
Me and Anna used to play all the time. God, I haven't touched this thing in ages. She was always better at it anyways. Just an old closet. I don't need anything in there at the moment.
What? Kailangan natin. Yun ang picture namin.
I remember that very day. If only I could go back, just for a little while.
Ang paa niya si Paul Walker ah. So, parang itong game na para din yung game na nilaro natin kanina.
God, I remember when I first joined the force.
So,
That was a long time ago.
that's about what happened to his life, to his wife.
Man, I haven't played in a while. I remember I wrote this song me and Anna used to sing to Joseph before he was
Pero
born.
mas okay na to kaysa yung kaninang game. Grabe, walang progress. Or siguro engot lang talaga tayo. Hindi natin alam kung ano gagawin.
Damn it. Another pay cut. I might need to take a second job.
Diba? Wala natin tinan lahat ng pwede natin.
I need to be quiet. Joey's sleeping.
Oh, yun na anak.
Just look at him. I do it all for you, buddy. You look just like your mother.
Let's check something. Okay, ayos na tayo ng yun, ligo na tayo. Yung donut? Ah, ito. Donut? Donut? Okay, so what's next? Our pills? Hindi ba natin siya? Deodorant. Oh. So, ba na tayo? Uy. Ay,
Just an old closet. I don't need anything in there at the moment.
maliwanag naman dito. So, ang objective natin dito? Sa lahat ng ilaw. Uy, uy. Uy.
Just look at him. I do it all for you, buddy. You look just like your mother.
Yan, makasalat ng ilaw. Ito pa. Yan. Iwanag. Yan.
Man, I haven't played in a while. I remember I wrote this song me and Anna used to sing to Joseph before he was born.
Tignan. Buksan natin lahat ng ilaw. Gusto mo yun? Gusto mo yun? Gusto natin pati TV. Ayun, gusto mo yun? Ito pa. Yun. Ito pa. Ito pala.
I'm not really hungry right now. Plus, I have things to do. I don't really need anything in the basement right now. How the hell am I supposed to keep this up? Especially with all these budget cuts. I may need to start prioritizing what to pay for. Shit. Joey's awake. There's gotta be something I can do to settle him down.
Ito tayong dede. So, yung drinking bottle niya. Ayun. Yun naman. Ito natin, alak. Alak pa yun natin.
I'm not really hungry right now. Plus, I have things to do.
Tama. Nanap natin yung ano bang pwedeng bigay sa bata. So, gitara. Hindi natin gitara. Controller. Oh, yun. Punta na natin. Baby! Wait ka lang, nandiyan na si Daddy. Ito na dyan. Stay put, stay put. Ayan, kasulat.
I need to do something to get him back to sleep. I need to do something to get him back to sleep.
Bibigyan na. Ito, Dede. Teddy bear? Baboy? Ito. Favorite toy. Kailan baby, wait lang. Tapin natin yung ano. Ano bang kailangan mo? Pencil? Gitara? Ano ba gusto mo, baby? Bariling. Babarilin natin. Eh, ano kailangan mo, bata? Ayun.
I wish Anna could see you. Jesus, I can't believe it's been a year.
Siyempre, kailangan natin tantahan yung bata.
Safe.
Ito na. Tantahan ka na. Maybe don't cry, 'cause I'm here by your side. Oy, with the guitar. Kailangan natin gitara.
Well,
Ayun.
this is a long shot, but
Ito na, baby. Antahan ka na.
I know I'll never do this as well as your mom.
Ayun.
Baby boy, don't cry, 'cause I'm right here by your side. Everything is alright. 'Cause when I'm gone, I'll still be here all the same. Baby boy, the night's dark, but we're never far apart. 'Cause in your heart, when I'm gone, I'll still be here all the same. That seemed to do it. Love you,
Pati
buddy.
ako, inantok din. Ulit na yung bata. I think we're done. We're done with this trial. So we're able to make the baby sleep again. Uy,
Shit, not now.
pills.
My pills. Where?
Yan.
Damn it. It's getting worse. Oh, shit. I'm running low on pills.
Don't worry,
Why do
brother.
they have to be so
I got
expensive?
your back.
Just an old closet. I don't need anything in there at the moment. I need to take it easy. Oh, maybe I'll just head downstairs and see what's on TV.
Hindi naman dito sa taas, ba't bababa pa tayo? We're done. We're done with the second trial. Nice. Sagutin pala.
You know
sagutin
what?
pala.
Things aren't actually looking too bad for you so far. I'm almost tempted to say you might not end up scoring too low. Almost. I handle all the bad people, remember? So, what have we learned? A police officer, a single father. What happened to, what's her name? Anna? I wonder. Well, it's not really in my jurisdiction to know about that. We're here to focus on you, my friend, and as much as I hate to say it, there hasn't really been anything I could justify docking you points for yet. Plus, you do really seem to care about that kid. I think I need to learn a little bit more about you, who you really are, where your mind's at. Step into the next room. I want to test something.
Okay, so before we go to our next trial, okay, so I think that's all for today. Okay, so let's continue this until next time. Next time na lang natin to tuloy. Okay, so medyo inaantok na tayo. Okay. Pero tomorrow let's finish this game. Okay, so I think there's a deep story behind on this game. Okay, so I know it's like a boring game, but it's not. Okay, so this game, second game, we have a progress. Okay, but we're gonna finish it by tomorrow. Okay, so pusin natin bukas. Okay, so I hope guys you enjoyed this game. Okay, so peace out.